You guys good? You ready? All right. Township of Edison Zoning Board of Adjustment regular meeting of May 14th, 2024 is now in session. Adequate notice of this meeting as required by the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975 has been provided by the annual notice published in the Home News and Tribune on December 18th, 2023, has been posted in the main lobby of the municipal complex on December 18th, 2023. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Mr. O'Bara? Here. Mr. Bignell? Here. Ms. Shaw?
Here.
Mr. Ayotte?
Here.
Mr. Chabra?
Here.
Mr. Cerrito?
Here.
Mr. Patel?
Here.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Here.
And Chairman Kumba?
Here. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Madam Secretary, minutes for consideration?
April 30th, 2024, minutes for approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Cerrito, seconded by Vice Chairman O'Gorman. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes.
And Chairman Kumba?
Yes on the motion.
Thank you.
Madam Secretary, first resolution to be adopted.
Vishal Ral, case number Z5, 2024, for approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Cerrito. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes to the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes.
And Chairman Kumba?
Yes on the motion.
Thank you.
Madam Secretary, next resolution to be adopted.
Nipambai Patel, case number Z11, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Cerrito. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Kumba?
Yes on the motion. Thank you, Madam Secretary. We have three announcements. Case Z24, 2022, Old Post Realty LLC at 604 and 610 Old Post Road. The applicant has requested to carry to September 17th, 2024. If you're here for this case, Z24, 2022, Old Post Realty LLC, this case will not be heard this evening. It will be heard on September 17th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. If you had received a notice, this will serve as your notice. You will not receive an additional notice. Next announcement, case Z31, 2023, Kaushik Dalwadi at 47 West Knollwood Road. The applicant has requested to carry to June 25th, 2024. If you're here for this case, Z31, 2023, Kaushik Dalwadi. This case will not be heard this evening. There will be no additional notice for it. This case will be heard June 25th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in council chambers. Third announcement, case Z41, 2023, Millbrook Village LLC at 97 Horizon Drive. Applicant has requested to carry to July 30th, 2024. If you are here for this case, Z41, 2023, Millbrook Village LLC, this case will not be heard this evening. It will be heard on Tuesday, July 30th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in council chamber. If you received a notice, you will not receive an additional notice. This announcement will serve as your notice. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a regular meeting of the Township of Edison Zoning Board of Adjustment. The board is composed of Edison Township residents appointed by municipal council who volunteer their time in service to the board. The municipal land use law requires that members successfully complete a land use training course administered by the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. This board also holds in-house training conducted by our board professionals. The zoning board abides by the provisions of the municipal land use law in addition to our board's bylaws. The zoning board is a quasi-judicial land use board, which differs from the township planning board. Under municipal land use law, board members are required to be impartial and are not allowed to discuss any case prior to its consideration before the board at a hearing. All applicants will have the opportunity to present their case before the board with the opportunity for board members and board professionals to question the applicant and their witnesses. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation of their case, the case will be open to the public. Residents within 200 feet of the subject property will be heard, followed by residents from outside of 200 feet. All residents will be sworn in. They'll provide their name and address, and they'll be given 6 minutes to comment on their application being considered without the opportunity for a rebuttal. Residents may ask questions of the applicant's professionals, and board professionals. The board requests that these questions are asked prior to any comments being made on the application. Once commentary begins, the resident's timer will begin. The applicant will be allowed for the opportunity for cross-examination of their witness. Under the law, the chair is allowed to stop any comment that is repetitive or is an attempt to filibuster the board. Further, the chair is allowed to stop any commentary that is irrelevant to the case or prohibited from the board's consideration. Once the public portion is closed, all public comment is ended, unless new testimony is presented by the applicant. Following the closure of the public portion, the applicant will have the right of summation on their application. Following summation, the case will go to the board for decision. This procedure has been followed by the board and is similar to the procedures followed by boards of adjustment statewide. The municipal land use law requires the board to engage in a balancing act. It is not required to strictly apply township ordinances, zoning plan, or master plan. As a board of adjustment, variances are granted when appropriately necessary, following all legal considerations. As has been the case with prior boards, this board will see where we are if we are still in session around 10:30 p.m. I ask that all applicants, professionals, and residents show respect to each other and be civil throughout all proceedings. I ask that you withhold applause, booing, or interrupting of anyone while they are speaking. The chair will not tolerate any outbursts by applicants, professionals, or the public. Further, since most cases are being recorded by a court reporter, I ask that speakers do not speak over one another. Our first matter on the agenda is closed session. The board will entertain a motion to go into closed session to discuss the quick check application, which is in litigation at Z28-2022.
Motion to go into closed session for quick check Z 28-2022.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Chhabra. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The board will go to closed session. We should not be long. We should only be a few minutes. Now we'll be back in session. Thank you.
jumped around all over the place the last half hour.
Can I get a motion to return to public session?
Motion to return to public session.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, second by Mr. Cerrito. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. We are back in session. Madam Secretary, first case on the agenda, please.
Case number Z15, 2024, Stephen Weimer at One Day Place. Applicant is seeking bulk variances to construct a second-story addition to the existing single-family dwelling. The following standards have not been met. Maximum building coverage permitted is 23%, proposed is 27.87%. Maximum impervious coverage permitted is 40%, proposed is 44.90%. Affected property is located in the RB zone, designated as block number 161.11, lot number 7 on the Edison Township tax map. All noticing paperwork is in order.
Is the applicant here? Okay, so you can sit up the approach the table and have a seat and get comfortable.
Chairman, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And if you could state your full name for the record.
Stephen Douglas Weimer.
And Mr. Weimer, if you could just tell us what you'd like to do and why you'd like to do it.
Sure. I'm planning on.
I'm sorry, just if you could bring that microphone closer to you just so we can get you on.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, thank you.
Okay. I'm looking to expand my primary residence from 1,600 square feet to 2,400 square feet. It'll essentially bump out the side of the house about 9.5 feet, and it won't exceed any setbacks on the property.
Okay. Does the board have any questions for the applicant?
Mr. Chairman?
Vice Chairman?
So the FAR is 33%, and the maximum allowed is 44%.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Mr. Jabba?
So I see, who did the calculations for your floor area ratio?
Robert A. Hernandez. He's an architect in Metuchen.
Okay. I just had a question why the lot coverage went down.
It went down. So on the right side, there's already concrete there. So we're removing all the concrete all the way to the fence, and then we're building less, so there'll be grass on the side. So technically, it becomes less impervious coverage for the whole lot.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none. Do you have anything else to add? Excuse me, I wish I could speak tonight. Do you have anything to add?
I do not have anything.
Okay, all right. So we will now go out to the public. Anyone within 200 feet of subject site wanting to be heard, if you were within 200 feet, you received a notice via certified mail. Seeing none, anyone outside 200 feet wanting to be heard? Seeing none, can I get a motion to close the public portion?
Motion to close the public session.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Cerrito. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. And we will, public portion is now closed, and we'll go to the board.
Mr. Chairman?
Vice Chairman.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this application based on the de minimis requirements that he's asking for. It will improve the aesthetics in the neighborhood and also will be benefit the public good and also be in compliance with the master plan and ordinance, and also meets the positive and negative criteria, and there was no objections from the neighborhood.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman,
Second.
second by Mr. Cerrito. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Gamba.
Yes on the motion. Unanimous approval. You're approved. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to go, we're waiting on one more board member to arrive. We're only going to have 6 board members this evening. So the attorney can address that prior to voting on case 2 and case 3. I'm sorry, case 2 and case 4. So we're going to skip around. We're going to go to consider case 3 on the agenda, which is a bulk variance. Madam Secretary?
So case number Z10, 2024, Orlando Santos at 95 Idlewild Road. Applicant is seeking bulk variances to construct a detached garage. The following standards have not been met. Max impervious coverage permitted is 40%, proposed is 50%. Affected property is located in the RB zone designated as block number 1116, lot number 21 on the Edison Township tax map. All noticing paperwork is in order.
Is the applicant here? Yes. Okay, so you can approach and have a seat at the table.
Good evening.
Mr. Santos, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
That's right.
And I see that you have someone with you. Are you testifying as well?
Yes.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And just state your name for the record.
Diana Saw.
If you could bring the podium closer to you.
I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Diana Saw.
Okay. All right, you may proceed. You can tell us what you'd like to do and why you'd like to do it.
So I like to do a little bigger garage for more storage area. And also, I have a car all the time outside. Sometimes, especially in the winter, so I can park the car inside the garage so I don't stay in the street because I don't use the car every day. I use the company truck, so the car. And now the driveway barely fits like 2 cars. So I like to park inside the garage, especially in the winter. And storage area too. That's why I asked for a little bigger.
Okay. Does the board have any questions for Mr. Santos? No questions? No? Okay, do you have anything to add, sir? Any additional testimony?
No.
No, you good? Okay. You have anything to say? You good? Okay. All right, so we will now go out to the public. Anyone within 200 feet of the subject site wanting to be heard. If you're within 200 feet, you received a notice via certified mail. Seeing none, we'll go outside of 200 feet of the subject site wanting to be heard. Please approach. Seeing none, can we get a motion to close the public portion?
Motion to close public session.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Cerrito. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Public portion is now closed, and I'll go to the board.
Mr. Chairman,
Vice Chairman.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this application based on the requirements that he's requesting are de minimis. It will increase the characteristics of the neighborhood, and it should be a benefit to the neighborhood.
I will just add that also there was no members of the public here in opposition.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Cerrito. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Cerrito?
Yes on the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes on the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Gumbo.
Yes on the motion. Unanimous approval. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a few minutes recess until Mr. Sadata arrives. We should be back once he arrives. Thank you. You good? We're going to return to session. Madam Secretary, next case on the agenda.
Case number Z7, 2024, Mandraj Rajnandran at 178 Fleet Ave. Applicant is seeking bulk and use variances to construct a 10 by 25 sunroom addition to the existing single-family dwelling. The following standards have not been met. Lot coverage permitted is 23%, proposed is 25%. Max FAR permitted is 44%, proposed is 47%. Affected property is located in the RB zone, designated as block number 590.16, lot number 3.01, on the Edison Township tax map. All noticing paperwork is in order.
Is there anyone here for this case? You could just, you could actually just, yeah, that's fine, perfectly.
Timothy Casey appearing on behalf of the applicant.
Good evening.
We have no court reporter. We discussed it with counsel. June 25th works for us.
Okay. Madam
Provided-
Secretary? June
The
June
next
20
date we have available, yes, is
June 25th, okay.
Are services preserved? No further service?
That's beyond my, that's beyond.
No further.
Yeah, no further notice, so we're going to announce it now. So if you're here for this case, Z10 2000, no, check that, I'm sorry, Z7 2024, Mandraj Rajendran at 178 Fleet Avenue. This case will not be heard this evening. This case will be carried to June 25th, 2024 at 7 p.m. at council chambers. If you received a notice, this will serve as your notice. You will not receive an additional notice. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Have a good
Chairman.
evening. Thank you. Madam Secretary, next case on the agenda.
Case number Z40, 2023, Verizon Wireless, 2387 Woodbridge Ave. Applicant is seeking bulk and use variances, proposing to add antennas and triplexers to the existing transmission tower and 4 cabinets in a 10 by 26 fenced area. Standards have not been met in accordance with the master plan. This is not a permitted use in the zone. Rear yard setback required is 25 feet, proposed is 21.2. Height required is 30 feet, proposed is 100.5 feet. Affected property is located in the GB zone, designated as block number 265.32, lot number 1701, on the Edison Township tax map. All noticing paperwork is in order.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Frank Ferraro, the firm of Ferraro and Stamos, here on behalf of the applicant, New York SM-SA Limited Partnership, doing business as Verizon Wireless. So we had a court reporter booked for tonight. I don't know where they are. We called the office. We emailed them. We called the cell phone, and they are not here. So,
Okay, so you wish to be carried to another night?
yes, if there's no other alternative, yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Madam Secretary,
Sorry, yes, June 25th.
June 25th, 2024 will work for you?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
All right. So if you are here this evening for this case, Z40 2023 Verizon Wireless, this case will not be heard this evening. This case will be heard on Tuesday, June 25th at 7 p.m. in council chambers. If you received a notice for this case, Z40 2023, this will serve as your notice. You will not receive another notice.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate it. And my apologies for the inconvenience.
Okay. All right. Madam Secretary, any other business come before the board this evening?
That'll be all this evening.
All right. Seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Cerrito. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Board stands adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Best meeting all year.